Hi everyone again. What I want to show you today, this problem which I've got from like previous exercises about static road and also ICMP messages and packet capture and all of that stuff. But look at this, for example, which problem I had. My friend, also student from my school, from IT school, asked me why he couldn't ping, for example, couldn't reach switch, for example, from different subnet. He couldn't set up telnet to reach, for example, from PC1 to switch 2 and vice versa, from PC2 to reach switch 1. He tried to do this on real physics equipment, real switches and routers. Also, I don't know about his configuration. I checked this via Teams, but I have no idea about physical or physics connection. Then I told him I'm gonna check this on gns3. I tried to do this also on this screen. For example, right now you can see all of this configuration which I have. It's the same like for R1 and R2. Just simple IP addresses, no shutdown for this for these ports, and for switches I configured interface VLAN 1, IP address from this subnet 50 last octet, and IP default gateway. I set it up. Problem again, I can't ping, for example, from switch this subnet, these two IP addresses, and also from this switch, from this subnet 1, I can't ping to subnet 3 any of these interfaces, and also vice versa. From this switch I can ping router 1 interface and this one, but to do this I don't need any default gateway on switches. It's like from one subnet you can ping without default gateway settings. I think I haven't tried this, but it's like what I know from CCNA course. Now, then I did also like small lab here on Cisco Modeling Lab, and the problem was the same. I was confused, like really confused how it's possible, because I remember like we did some exercises, some also these labs, and I remember like I could ping, but I wasn't sure. Maybe I I was wrong, I thought, but no. Right now I can say like I tried also this on real equipment after this, and I am recording this video after my real lab experience. Also in real world scenario, also I recorded that video, and you will see this maybe next, maybe before, I don't know, maybe next. Yeah, I think it's gonna be next video after this, next week. And everything works and real equipment without any problem. Default gateway, you can ping default gateway and everything. But here, for example, you can ping default gateway, but you can't reach from switch 1 here, from switch 1 to this router. For example, also I configured on switch 1. I even want to show you, but maybe enable enter password CCNA, maybe, yes, CCNA. Show run enter. We have for this switch IP interface VLAN and IP default gateway, like this, everything okay. Telnet login password and blah blah blah. Telnet easier to check. Router 1, for example. Up. Enable this one. Enter. You can see, for example, for router just two interfaces and IP route to third network. And from router 1, for example, look at switch 3, Cisco Modeling Lab, enable, show enter here. For example, look at this IP address 350, and we have all this configuration. Like from router 1, we are gonna try to ping switch 2 in Cisco in Modern Lab, in CML, switch 2, router 1. 1, for example. No problem. We can ping default gateway for switch 2 from router 1. Okay, go ahead, next, 50, enter. No. And also I checked all of this stuff with packet capture. We have ping to switch and we don't have any reply from switch. Switch can ping, troubleshoot, debug, all of this stuff. Doesn't work anything for CML, and as well for this diagram for gns3. I have no idea why. And look at this, for example, from PC1. Again, I showed you all of this stuff. Ping to default gateway for third network 192.168.3.1. After starting, maybe it's gonna like not the host 192 once not reachable. Why? Show enter. We have this 10. Why we can't reach? Have no idea what is the problem right now, right here. Yes, we have this reply. Then, what was the problem? Yes, I told you about this. The problem was in routers. I couldn't like do telnet from PC1, but yes, from this PC I can't do telnet because it's just for ping this PC. Just for example, from router 2 I can't telnet to router to switch 1, and vice versa from this router to this, and switches also can't ping any other networks. For example, go ahead. Let's look at switch 1. Enable, okay, CCNA, not CCNA, take Cisco. Doesn't matter, go ahead, show run, enter. We have this configuration, you can see this IP address and default gateway. From this, then ping default gateway 192.168.1.1. We have this successful ping. Then try to ping 2.2 or 1, doesn't matter. That's it. It's not gonna work at all here, and this was the problem. When we do it, for example, I wanna show you from like ping when it works on this link. I am gonna start capture, okay, and I'm gonna ping. For us it's interesting, ICMP the most interesting. Go. Then we are gonna ping from, for example, this router, just from router, yeah, from router 1, ping from router 1, not 2 but 1.50, enter and go ahead. Look at this. Why I don't have anything? This is from switch and I have to do this from router. Sorry guys. 50, enter. Now we can see echo request, echo reply, request reply, request reply. 5 of them could reach this. Then from router 2, like 1.10, look at this, 1.10, enter. We have again next 5 echo request and 5 echo reply without any problem. Then look at next one, like it's 88, last one was, then to switch 50, switch 1, blah 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 blah. But look at this, first, second, third, no response found, no response found, no response. But all of these requests we can see here on the screen. That's it. I don't understand why it doesn't work. Maybe it's something with gns3. I haven't tried really NVMe. If you have something, if you know something about this, tell me, leave a comment below please, or I don't know. Yes, and in the next video you will see on real equipment all of this, also pings and all of this configuration. That's it. Yeah, maybe something else I should tell you. No, Cisco Packet Tracer, I don't remember. Do I have this ICMP lab? Yes, I have, I think, this ICMP lab. Like in the easiest way, I tried to do this. But yes, here it works, I think. We have to wait 30 seconds, but okay. Desktop, for example, command prompt and ping default gateway maybe first. 192.168.1.1, enter. Yes, works without any problem. Then ping to directly to switch to 3.50. After starting its first ping, I think 1 or 2 them are gonna fall, but then we have to ping, maybe even 3. Yes, and we lost 3 packets, 75%, and only 1 was successful, but next time, of course, we have all of them successful. And here I think I don't have this telnet configuration on these switches. Enable. Yes, I don't have telnet configuration, but you can see. If we can ping, we can telnet SSH and everything else. On this, on GNS, for example, I can, like I also configured maybe here, also on this, on router 1 and router 2, also telnet. Maybe it was in CML, but how we can telnet, for example, we can telnet from switch 2 to router 2, then from router 2 to router 1, and then from router 1 to switch 1. We can telnet from each other one step every time, but that's definitely not solving our problem. Okay, that's it about this. In real world, it works. Yeah. Okay. What I would like to show you also. This is my book, CCNA Volume 1. You can see this, and here's explanation also. I read all of this stuff, why we should configure, how it works, what does it mean. This is I don't remember which is OSPF telnet, which chapter is this, on what chapter is this, but this is 147 page, chapter 6. Host and switch IP settings, for example, I here enable IPv4 for remote access. What should you do? Here's all the explanation. What does it mean VLAN 1? And yes, for me it's like clear without any problem. Yes, you can configure different VLANs, VLAN 1, 2, 3, 5, and so on for 1000 VLANs, and then you can use like exactly which you want VLAN to connect remotely, but only from the same network. If you want to use another network to connect for management interface, I mean to manage the switch, you have to set up for this default gateway. Here, especially on this, you can like read about default gateway. For what? For which reason? To send IP packets to host in the same subnet, send them directly, like without default gateway. But to send IP packets to hosts in a different subnet, send them to the local router that is the default gateway. Different subnet, default gateway. We have to configure specific default gateway to go to different subnet, or from different subnet reach this switch. Thanks. See you next time. Sorry for troubleshooting in something, but you know, this is life, and we can learn with all of this.